Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Etu channel ami APSC Prelims, cdpo, Assam Police aru bohuto competitive exams somohor junpu important topics somo thake hepu discuss korim. Okay, so amar channel to subscribe kori lobo aru bell icon to click kori lobo jate ami jite notun video du apnaloke notification pai plus amak support koribo jate ami aru bhal content agbarhabo paru. So aji video tu le agbarhu. Okay, so ajir video ami fundamental rights of our constitution korim. Junkhini exam point of view para important hoy plus as an individual ami ekhini monot rakha uchit. Okay, so it's a parliamentary secular democratic republic in which the president is the head of the state and prime minister is the head of the government. Parliamentary mane parliamentary form of government hoy amar parliament rules laws and regulations form kora hoy, that is in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Secular, that is সকলো ৰিলিজনকে ইকুৱেল ষ্টেটাছ দিছে, কোনো এটা পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ ৰিলিজনক প্ৰায়ৰিটি দিয়া হোৱা নাই. এণ্ড ডেমক্ৰেটিক, that is people choose the government and its leaders. But what are the purpose of these fundamental rights? Government of India তিনিটা branches আছে, that is executive, legislative and judiciary. Executive under আছে আমাৰ prime minister, council of ministers. Then legislative under আহিব আমাৰ Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies, and judiciary under আছে আমাৰ Supreme Court and High Court. So, government at a powerful entity hoy. Hebabe, dekhono nagorikor jibu basic rights and freedoms ase, hebur jate exploit nohoy, violate nohoy. Hebabe, constitution khone citizens or babe at a guarantee security hisabe fundamental rights grant korise. So, fundamental rights hoise state or individual or major at a smooth relation bojai rakhi development or khetrot agborha eta hojuli. Yata state ki koy okol rajyo ke nohoy aru ki include ase hetu mo video tu agale kom. Okay. Judiciary is an independent body. Junto executive and legislative ase, they are dependent on each other. Fundamental rights say to ensure courage that dekhonot ekanarkota path, that is dictatorialship sthapito nohoy. And they are very essential for the all-round development of the individual and the country. Fundamental rights are part of basic structure of our constitution, hence cannot be violated. Fundamental rights are in part 3 of the constitution from article 12 to article 35. Article 12 is a definition of state. State of Bhitor include government of India, Parliament of India, state government, state legislative assemblies, panchayats, municipalities, and other authorities such as ONGC, LIC, etc. Aru Article 13 koise je jodi kunubai fundamental rights keta violate kore, then Supreme Court case koribo pari. For example, Citizenship Amendment Act. Etu act koise Article 14, Article 25 violate kora hoise, and that's why Supreme Court case korise. Okay, moving on. Originally, 7 fundamental rights were listed in the Constitution. However, after 44th Amendment Act in 1978, there are now only 6 fundamental rights. 44th Amendment Act under junto amar right to property asile, Article 31 ot hetu delete kori dia hoisil. Aru hetu etia right to property hoy etia legal right in Article 300A. So, etia amar 6 fundamental rights ase, heketa hoise right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture and education rights, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so first ami korim right to equality, that is Article 14 to 18. Article 14, equality before law or equal protection of all laws. So equality before law to milise amar rule of law logot, according to which no man is above the law of the land. Kunu manu law ke dangor nohoy. Hokoluke equal rights dia goise, equal protection of all laws, that is hokolu nagorikoke junbur rights ase ebur equal protection pabo. Article 15, non-discrimination by the state on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth. So 5 grounds ase, a grounds or brittit kunu discrimination kora nohobo. Article 17, equality of opportunity in matters of public appointment, that is government jobs and all. Article 17, abolition of untouchability. Article 18, abolition of titles except military and academic, that is kunubai jodi Padma Bhushan paise ar Bharat Ratna paise ami hikira title use koribo noro. Okol military like lieutenant general, general hebla title use koribo pari, and juntu academic like doctorate hetu title use koribo pari. Okay. Okay, next, moving on to right to freedom. Right to freedom article keta asle from Article 19 to 22. Article 19 andarate 6 sub articles ahi goise. Aru heketak 6 freedoms under the Indian Constitution boli koa hoise. Kita hoise Article 19(1)(a), freedom of speech and expression. B, freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms. C, freedom to form associations and unions. like example ASO, ATSO, okay. D, freedom of movement throughout India. Article 19(1)(e), freedom to reside in and settle in any part of India. And Article 19(1)(g), freedom to practice any profession or to carry any occupation, trade or business. Okay, so right to freedom or jun geta sub articles ase he geta important hoy because yar pora bohuto questions ahe exam borat. Okay, next, Article 20, protection in respect of conviction for offences. That means ejon manuhak convict koribo nware unless and until teo kiba law violate korise. Then ejon manuhak eketa offenceor babe ebarotke besi punish koribo nware. Okay, aru etu koise je ejon manuhe nijor witness keteo hobo nware. Article 21, protection of life and liberty. Article 21A, right to education, free and compulsory education. Article 22, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Article 22 under the tinta rights ase, that is jodi konoba eta manu arrest kora hoise teok reason to kobo lagibo, cause to kobo lagibo kio arrest kora hoise. Secondly, junjon manu arrest korise teo ejon lawyer choose kobo paribo. Aru thirdly, junjon manuhak arrest kora hoise 24 hours bhitorte usor magistrator agot produce koribo lagibo. Okay, আৰু মেজিষ্ট্ৰেটক হুদি পেলাইহে তেওঁ কাষ্টডিত ৰাখিব পাৰিব. Okay, moving on, right against exploitation. Here under দুটা article আছে, that is Article 23 and 24. Article 23, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Article 24, prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. And also guys, I am so sorry for the background noises. Usora bachcha bor iman siori siori kheli ase, but please focus, distract na hobo. Okay, moving on. Okay, next, right to freedom of religion. Article 25, freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. That is, hokolu citizenok, hokolu manuhok, not only citizen, hokolu manuhoke allow korise nijor religion practice koribole or spread koribole. Article 26, freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 27, freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. And Article 28, freedom as to attendance at religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institutions. That means Article 28 forbids totally any religious education being imparted in educational institutions wholly managed by state resources. Okol certain educational institutions bilakokhe allow korise religious junbur instructions hoy hebur hikabole. Cultural and educational rights. Tare article keta hoise Article 29 and Article 30. Article 29 koise protection of interest of minorities, and Article 30 hoise right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. For example, madrasas blakami dhori do paro. Okay, okay, so moving on to the most important article, that is Article 32, right to constitutional remedies. Article 32, remedies for enforcement of rights conferred by this part. Article 32 is considered as the very soul and heart of Constitution of India. The Supreme Court of India possesses and exercises the right of judicial review for the protection and enjoyment of fundamental rights. Every citizen can move the Supreme Court for the enforcement of his/her fundamental rights through judicial writs. Pasta judicial writs ase hekita hoise habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto and certiorari. So karobar jodi fundamental rights violate kora hoise, then ami Supreme Court or jabo paru through judicial writs. Hekita hoise habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto and certiorari. Ekita ma next video explain kori dim. Okay, kintu etu article suspend kora hoy during the time of emergency. President rule dia homoyot etu article suspend kora hoy under Article 353 and 359. Okay, Okay, fundamental rights or bitorat ketaman ase jun geta hokolu manuhe enjoy koribo pare, okol citizen buli nohoy. Citizen mane jun ekhon country reside kore. তো যোনকেইটা সবেই এনজয় কৰিব পাৰি সেইকেইটা হৈছে আৰ্টিকল 14, 20, 21, 22, 25 এণ্ড 28 আৰু অকল যোনকেইটা চিটিজেনছ আছে যোনখিনি মানুহে এখন কাণ্ট্ৰি ৰিচাইড কৰি আছে যোনখিনি মানুহ ইণ্ডিয়াত ৰিচাইড কৰি আছে অকল সিহঁতিহে এনজয় কৰিব পাৰি ক্লেইম কৰিব পাৰে সেইকেইটা হৈছে 15, 16, 29 এণ্ড 19 একেটা আৰ্টিকলছ আণ্ডাৰ যোনখিনি প্ৰভিজনছ আছে আৰ্টিকল 15, 16, 29 আৰু 19 অকল যোনবোৰ ইণ্ডিয়াৰ মানুহ সিহঁতিয়ে এনজয় কৰিব পাৰে বাকী যোনবোৰ ইণ্ডিয়াৰ বাহিৰৰ মানুহ হয় সিহঁতি এনজয় কৰিব নোৱাৰে ওকে সো আজিৰ বাবে ইমানখিনিয়ে ভিডিঅ'টো যদি চাই ভাল পাইছে আৰু আপোনালোকৰ বাবে হেল্পফুল ওলাইছে দেন লাইক শ্বেয়াৰ আৰু ছাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰিব ওকে আৰু ভিডিঅ'টো চোৱাৰ বাবে বহুত বহুত ধন্যবাদ